This time on Lift Tours, I'm at the Broadway shopping centre in Bexleyheath. Now, this is a particularly special lift tour for me because when I used to live in the UK, Bexleyheath Broadway shopping centre was my local shopping centre. So I used to go here all the time when I was just a little kid. So it's really fantastic to finally be able to come back here years later and film a lift tour. Now we're going to start off in the Morley's department store. Now this used to be BHS or British Home Stores, who unfortunately went bust a few years ago. And the store has now been taken over by Morley's. Now the original BHS shop had two lifts here, which were some really awesome 1970s Evans lifts. And I actually managed to film one of these lifts the last time I was here in 2014. Unfortunately, since then, one of the two lifts, which just so happens to be the one I filmed last time, has now been completely decommissioned and taken out of service altogether and has been boarded up, and the other lift has sadly been modernised by Kone. So this is the lift at the Morley's department store in Bexleyheath, formerly BHS, but they went bust. It's an old Evans lift modernised by Kone in 2015. Outside you can see where the other lift is, original call button, but the lift has been deactivated. Let's go back to ground. The interior has been renovated as well, new walls, mirror at the back, new floor. And here we are back at ground. And next we go into New Look, which has an eco disc. And here we have the lift in New Look in Bexleyheath Shopping Centre, which is an eco disc from 2010.
Going down.
And now we go to one of the three sets of car park lifts in this shopping centre. So there are three sets of these lifts, two sets of three lifts and one set of two lifts. Now these are some nice old sort of 1970s lifts, but sadly they have been modernised by Thyssen. I think from when I was younger I can just about remember when the car park lifts were original, but I was so young then I couldn't possibly have told you what kind of lifts they were. But I do actually remember seeing these lifts when the modernisations took place. Nice. But anyway, let's ride the first set.
Doors closing.
This is one of three sets of parking lifts at Bexleyheath Broadway shopping centre. I've no idea who made these originally. I want to say Express, but I don't actually know. Been heavily modernised by Thyssen. Crap.
Welcome, Mall shopping level.
This is only a set of two lifts. Please, those doors inside. And next we go into H&M, which has got a Schindler 3300 MRL. And the lift at H&M in Bexleyheath, a Schindler 3300. Quite a lot of H&M stores have these, I think.
Floor 1.
2 phone buttons as well, an alarm and a DMG.
Floor 0.
And next we go into WH Smith, which has just got a generic lift.
Doors closing.
It's the lift at WH Smith in Bexleyheath Shopping Centre. A
This
generic.
lift is going up.
Generic. Oh, is it MRL?
First floor.
Whatever it is, it's weird. Step buttons.
Doors opening. Doors closing.
It's got cornering doors, but it's obviously for a staff
This
floor or
lift is
something.
going down. Ground floor. Doors opening.
And next we go to the next set of car park lifts. This is easily the busiest set of car park lifts, plus they also make an extra stop at the first floor, which is where the shopping centre's toilets are. This is also the set of lifts that I remember using regularly when I used to live around here. The 3 main lifts.
Doors closing.
This may stop on the way down, so this may only be a short take. Yep.
Lower parking level. Central. Doors opening. Lift going down. Doors closing.
No one got in. If they wanted to get in, they've missed it. Don't we stop again? No, we're going all the way down. Well, that's handy because these are the busiest lifts in the shopping centre. It's taken me ages to get these to myself.
Welcome.
Here we are.
Mall shopping level. Doors opening.
And next we go into River Island, which has got a Kleeman lift.
Doors closing.
And the lift at River Island in Bexleyheath, it's a Kleeman.
Lift going up.
Yes, MRL. Oh, this is nice.
First floor.
Doesn't say who installed it, but there's your capacity.
Doors opening. Doors closing.
Back to 0. Does that say Kleemaphone? I like that.
Coming down.
Hello. Oh, there you go. High-tech lift systems.
Ground floor. Doors opening.
There you go. And next we go into Marks and Spencer's. Now Marks and Spencer's is another store when I can actually remember it having a much older lift back when I was only a small boy. But I also remember when this lift was replaced sometime around the early 2000s, and that lift that was installed then is still here now, which is a generic UK lift. And the lift at Marks and Spencer's.
Door closing.
UK lift. Look at that, it's got the speed on here. You wouldn't normally find that on a lift. It is hydraulic, unfortunately.
Floor 1. Door opening.
Oh,
We do it for a 10 o'clock appointment, then it's 1:30. We'll be sitting there for half an hour unnecessarily, shouldn't we?
Door closing.
What they need is we need to know at least when it's supposed to be. Otherwise we'll be still. Oh no, it's not essential. Just check it by Monday. So we're now going for 10 and a half, 10.
Ground floor. Door opening.
Go on, you go out first.
Thank you.
There we are. There we go. And that's it. And now we go to the final set of car park lifts.
Doors closing.
Oh, where are you going?
Doors
Two
open.
for you.
Going open.
Old Fisson logo on this one.
Doors closing.
I can remember these before they were refurbished.
The lifts, yeah? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lower parking level east.
They look like they could do with doing again.
Lift going up. Doors closing.
This is the last set of parking lifts. This is another set of 3. There's 3 sets of car park lifts, 2 sets of 3 and 1 set
Upper
of 2.
parking level east. Doors opening. Lift going down.
Here we are. That's all of the lifts inside the main block of Broadway Shopping Centre, but just outside of here is another block of shops, a much smaller block, which is actually also a part of the Broadway. And first we go into TK Maxx, which has got a really, really crap generic lift. And here we have the lift in TK Maxx at Bexleyheath Broadway Shopping Centre. This building doesn't look like it's part of the Broadway, but it actually is, lift-wise. Go back down again. These slow doors. Cab's actually not too bad, but it is still a shitty generic. It's actually not that slow. But the levelling takes a while. Holy shit. I'm back at 1 again. What the fuck has happened here? And now to the lift in Wilko, which is just a generic lift again. Yep. This is the lift at Wilkinson's in Bexleyheath, and it is very, very busy. Flashing button, indicator doesn't work, horizon lifts. Here we are at 1. And I'll get out here because this lift is incredibly busy today. It's taken ages to get it to myself. After coming out of Wilko, there is another little car park area where there are 2 lifts. There is a gated lift, an old sort of gated freight lift, and an automatic lift. Now, I wasn't able to bag myself a ride in the gated lift, but I did manage to ride the other lift, which is, you guessed it, another crap generic lift. The lift near Sainsbury's. Very wide doors, but not a very long lift. Up we go. Lift-wise. Hydraulic, it's only a very short distance. Here we are.